Hello, everybody. It's time for dog culture homework assignment. If you want to understand dog culture, something to understand is addiction. So, we're over here at the Addiction Policy Forum page with a short but very informative video about the hijacker. Let's have a look at the video and examine how this applies to dog culture.
Doctors Volkov and Shelbert, top neuroscientists, ran CAT scans of the brain that showed the effects of substance use disorders. Like other diseases, these scans showed it affected tissue function. There are two main parts of the brain affected by drug use: the limbic system and the cortex. The limbic system, located deep within the brain, is responsible for our basic survival instincts. So when you do essential things to stay alive, like eat, drink, find shelter, have sex, or care for your young, your brain reinforces behaviors that cause the release of dopamine from this region.
Now, notice none of those core human survival necessities include worshiping dogs or worshiping any other creature. It includes procreation of your own kind, keeping yourself healthy, fed, sheltered, taking care of your mates, and taking care of your young. It does not involve taking care of the young of a fanged predator that lives in your house rent free.
That reward for surviving is also transmitted to the amygdala and hippocampus, which records a memory of that feeling, so we seek it again. This
Yes. So when you have a good interaction with your fellow humans, that's good for you. That's what you are actually designed to do. And then your brain stores a memory and cues you to do it again. But when you interact with dogs, you rip that out of your brain. You don't get to do that.
this is our survival hardwiring. Addiction also affects this area, up here, in the prefrontal cortex, which is what separates us from other animals. This is where decision making and impulse control live.
Yeah, decision making and impulse control. Look out there at the dog owners. Look at the dog quote unquote nutters. Are they good with those two things? Mhm. Go ahead and answer that on your own.
When drugs or alcohol are used, they activate the same dopamine process in the survival center.
Now, they said drugs or alcohol, but also owning dogs activates all of that stuff. Why? Because we use dogs to replace literally every human thing in our life.
And when use is repeated, that substance can hijack that part of the brain. This hijacker changes the brain and weakens this system to make it believe that the primary need for survival is the drug.
Yeah, the primary need for survival is owning the dog and worshiping the dog. Dog owners will admit that they would go broke for their dog. Dog owners admit that they would go save a dog, but they wouldn't save a human. Dog owners even go broke, literally, just to keep caring for their dogs.
In hijacking the brain, it can usurp
Yes, food, shelter, loved ones.
those primary motivations: food, water, shelter, sex, and protecting our young.
Yep, protecting our young. We allow dogs to kill our kids on a daily basis here in America. We are so freaking addicted to dogs that we replace food, sex, relationships, raising our young with dogs. We are addicted to dogs.
And the hijacker needs more and more of the substance to activate the same level of reward or feeling of pleasure.
Yeah, people that have dogs, they are never, ever happy. They need more and more dogs, more and more likes on social media, more selfies with their dogs. If they take their dogs to the park, they need more and more access to greens and public areas so their dogs can poop and pee and bark and interrupt everybody. Dog owners never have enough.
causing the brain tissue to become increasingly damaged with
Ooh. Yep. That's your dog owner. Typical dog owner. Prefrontal lobe offline. You better resubscribe to a prefrontal lobe. Pay a bunch of money. It ain't gonna happen. That's the dog owner brain right there. I'm sorry, dog owners, but it's true.
continued drug use. There are factors that put you at higher risk for the hijacker, including individual factors like genes and age of first use, and then environment.
Age of first use. Most people are born into dog nutter households. They're born into this household where their mom and dad prioritize the dog over them. Yeah, first use. There you go.
Mental factors like drug availability. But if the hijacker takes
Drug availability. Dogs are available everywhere. If you're too much of a compromised individual and you can't form a human connection, you can go adopt 3 dogs tomorrow. There's probably a local shelter within walking distance that's giving out pit bulls because no one will adopt them.
household, addiction is treatable. Advancements have been made in assessments, detox, treatment programs, recovery supports, and medications to treat addiction. Brain scans show that once in recovery, the tissue in the limbic system and cortex can get better.
Yeah, you can get better. Yes, you can. Go make some human friends, go make some human connections, and stop worshiping dogs. Because dog worship is an addiction that literally kills your brain. See you guys later.